In a surprising turn of events, the rebellious mercenary commander Yevgeny Prigozhin, who had ordered his troops to march on Moscow, reached a deal with the Kremlin to go into exile and called for a retreat. This brief revolt, led by the Wagner Group soldiers under Prigozhin's command, exposed vulnerabilities within the Russian government forces and revealed their ability to move unimpeded towards Moscow. As a result, the Russian military scrambled to defend the capital. Under the announced deal, Prigozhin will go into exile in neighboring Belarus, a country that has supported Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and the charges against him of mounting an armed rebellion will be dropped. The Russian government also stated that it would not prosecute the Wagner fighters who participated in the rebellion, while those who did not join in would be offered contracts by the Defense Ministry. Prigozhin ordered his troops back to their field camps in Ukraine, where they have been fighting alongside Russian regular soldiers. Russian President Vladimir Putin had previously vowed to punish those behind the armed uprising, calling it a betrayal and treason. However, in allowing Prigozhin and his forces to go free, Putin's highest goal, according to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, was to avoid bloodshed and internal confrontation with unpredictable results. Some observers believe that Putin's strongman image has been diminished by this affair. The Wagner forces advanced close to Moscow, reaching a distance of 200 kilometers, 120 miles, before the retreat was announced. The march prompted Moscow to increase security measures, erecting checkpoints with armored vehicles and troops on the city's southern edge. Russian troops armed with machine guns set up checkpoints on the outskirts of Moscow, and sections of highways were dug up to slow down the advance. The rebellion was sparked by Prigozhin's demand for the ouster of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, whom he had long criticized for his conduct of the war in Ukraine. Prigozhin accused forces under Shoigu's command of attacking Wagner camps and killing a large number of comrades. However, the Defense Ministry denied attacking the camps, and the U.S. intelligence had intelligence suggesting that Prigozhin had been building up his forces near the border with Russia. After the agreement was reached, Prigozhin's private army appeared to control the military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don, a city south of Moscow that runs Russian operations in Ukraine. Reports from Russian media claimed that Wagner troops had downed several helicopters and a military communications plane, although the Russian Defense Ministry has not commented on these reports. The retreat of the Wagner troops was met with cheers from the people of Rostov-on-Don, as videos showed them bidding farewell to the departing forces. Prigozhin was seen riding in an SUV followed by a large truck, and people greeted him and shook his hand. The Moscow mayor declared a non-working day for most residents as part of heightened security measures. The Ukrainian government and military hoped that the internal infighting among the Russian forces would create opportunities for them to reclaim territory seized by Russian forces. Ben Berry, a senior fellow for land warfare at the International Institute for Strategic Studies, suggested that even with the deal, Putin's position has likely been weakened. Yevgeny Prigozhin, also known as Putin's chef, has long-standing ties to Putin and had won lucrative Kremlin catering contracts. He and a dozen other Russian nationals were previously charged in the United States with operating a covert social media campaign aimed at fomenting discord ahead of Donald Trump's 2016 presidential election victory. The Wagner Group, led by Prigozhin, has been involved in military operations in Libya, Syria, several African countries, and Ukraine. The tensions between Prigozhin and the Russian military leadership have been a matter of concern for some time, with Prigozhin criticizing the military brass for incompetence and inadequate support in the Ukraine war. The rebellion led by Prigozhin and the subsequent retreat of his forces have brought these tensions to the forefront. While the immediate crisis appears to have been diffused, the implications of this event remain uncertain.